And we're recording. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Should we just introduce ourselves briefly?
You're him.
I'm William. I'm co-host of the People's Countryside Environmental Debate podcast, and also co-host of this talk that we're going to be doing. And
yeah, I'm Stuart the Wild Man Mabbott. Without me, William would be nothing.
Pretty much.
I'm Maxine. I work for NEWCIS, which is a third sector organisation over in North Wales.
And I'm Angela, and I'm a wellbeing officer, also in NEWCIS, based in Flintshire and Wrexham.
And William, we did a talk for about wildlife and everyday gardens the day before my birthday in the end of October it was.
Yeah,
so we've been invited back.
We have been invited back. That was the 29th of October, which feels like a long time ago now.
It feels like a long time ago, but it was really, it really went well, that session, and obviously that's the reason we've invited you back. We support we support carers of people who have got illnesses, disabilities, etc. So all of us have been in lockdown over the last few months, but I think it's really been difficult for people who are caring for people with additional health issues, because obviously they've had to isolate with them. So we thought, we were looking around for something a little bit different to offer our service users, and we thought actually lots of people have been using the garden over lockdown. That's the feedback that we've had, and how can we kind of extend that to, okay, we've had it over the summer, how can we keep using the garden over the winter time and keep using those well-being factors that the garden and outdoor spaces can provide. So that's why we kind of had a Google and a search around, and we came across Stuart and invited him along, and it went really well, didn't it, Ange?
We had some really good feedback from carers. Some carers had already got an interest in wildlife, so that was lovely because they had quite kind of educated questions to ask, and others were new to it, and the feedback was lovely. I mean, everyone enjoyed it, and the good thing is they felt it was pitched just right, and I think that's quite important. No, it was very good.
Yeah.
Something William and I would like to ask was, having experienced the first talk, why on earth did you invite us back?
And was it different? Was it, Max, you said about being different. Was it the difference you were looking for?
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of our sessions are very focused on supporting carers in very practical ways. I think this was very much broader, and it was the well-being factor was brilliant, and I think it raised a lot of interest. We've also shared the information generally with the organisation. We've had a lot of good feedback from that as well. You were able to signpost us to different things out there where people can keep on that interest and look in different places and extend that. So I think it was it was really, really good, and it was definitely different.
And when I asked for the feedback, and I said that we were going to be asking you again, everybody said that would be really wonderful. So, they are looking forward to hearing a different story, but with the interest that, that you put in as well. So,
with the title of the next talk, Nature Gave Us a Future, which we're going to be doing February. What attracted you about that title? What is it you're expecting?
I think we both agreed, didn't we, Angela, when we were looking through that it's like a common denominator, if you like, with the carers that we support, is that it's that as I say, well-being aspect of how can nature improve my well-being, and I think that title led to that, really, and we kind of looked at the blurb, and I think it helps, Stuart, that obviously, and you're quite open about having health issues yourself and how it's impacted on you, so we feel like you've got a good empathy in terms of what you're telling our carers, and you share the experiences of a lot of them as well, because lots of our carers as well, although they're caring for other people, lots have got their own health issues, haven't they, Angela?
Yes.
Because many of our service users are elderly, and obviously they've got health issues themselves, so I think it's that it had that empathetic feel about it, which we're hoping that can be fed through to us.
And it's also the type of talk that is across all age groups, and especially for us, it can be a little bit difficult sometimes to get the right kind of age group. So you for a speaker, whereas yours can go from the really young right through to the elderly. So that for us was a real bonus.
Yeah.
The talk is going to be, I was going to say, the talk is going to be very much relevant to everybody's life, I feel. It very much stems from Stuart's story about his ill health and how it gave him a future. But nature is part of us all, and it can all give us something, you know. It's even myself, you know. So yeah, very much what the talk will be about.
Quick question for you, William. You've done Nature Gave Me a Future talk live in front of a real audience before lockdown.
Yes, and including a reenactment of exactly where the Wildman name came from.
Yeah, exactly, where the Wildman was born. Yeah.
Yes.
Mrs. Wildman was there, and she reenacted.
Pretending to do washing up, if I remember rightly.
Anyway, yeah, it was like real life. Anyway, that's just bad of me. Anyway, when we do this online, and it will be 2 years since we've done that talk, it will have changed. So Nature Gave Me a Future is about it's about my story, how I got ill, and then nature gave me options. How do you reckon when we revisit this, the collaboration will have evolved, and what do you expect from your side of the talk be doing different this time?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head right at the start. You did maybe a bit of a Freudian slip in some respects. You said nature gave us a future. So I'm going to talk about my own experiences about what nature has meant to me and how it's kind of led me through my life and maybe helped me in times when I've needed something to relieve stress or to make my life better. So, you know, our collaboration has moved on quite considerably in the last 5 years, and it naturally has to anyway, right? So I'm taking a bigger role in these talks anyway. So yeah, I think it's sort of nature gives me gave us a future is really the thing that really strikes me. That's
the interesting thing is we're doing this quick chat today, not far before Christmas 2020, and I've had quite a major downturn in health.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see, you know, you said our collaboration has evolved over the last 5 years. I'm interested to see how you pick the baton up while I'm slightly down on my laurels a bit over the next few weeks. So
yeah, that's the whole part. That's all part of collaboration. When you collaborate with somebody, you support each other when you need it.
Okay, ladies. So if people are interested, how can they join in and watch this charade we're going to be putting on in February?
Well, it'll be advertised in our newsletter, which goes out to thousands of carers, and that goes out in January. And they contact NEWCIS and book on. Or they can book on themselves via the email. And then we get in touch with them. And it's very much the same as we're doing now. We invite them to a Zoom session. Because I'm guessing we still will be Zooming in February.
Very much so, yeah, very much so.
This is very different to how we normally do things, isn't it, Angela? We normally have face-to-face, but actually, and to be honest, you're probably very much the same as you. We wondered how it was going to work, and very much because your first session was quite interactive. There was lots of opportunities for people to ask questions, and we were quite worried, weren't we? How is that going to work? But to be honest, after the last session, Angela and I said, you know what, we kind of just sat back and watched it as participants, to be honest, and we fully got involved as well. So it was really lovely that, you know, we handed it kind of over to you, and people felt very relaxed, or they seemed to get involved and ask questions, and you know, and it worked really, really well, and we're hoping for the same kind of interactive stuff in the next session as well.
So what's the date we're aiming at for this?
It's the 18th of February, isn't it?
It's a Thursday, 18th of February.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully Christmas will be good for everybody.
Yes.
Hopefully my health will be better. Hopefully, if we are still suffering various forms of lockdown and tears, you know, we're a bit more able to adapt. And February the 18th, join in, and we will try and make you smile.
Oh, I'm sure. And will we be having the music as well?
I don't think this time.
Yeah,
okay.
Did it come across? Yeah, that would be a question. How did that come across, by the way? Because we had a little bit of a technical issue with the microphone in the laptop. But it's like I had to play a little bit louder, and I don't normally play that loud. I normally play a little bit more calm music, because that's the whole idea of gently easing you into it.
Did it come across okay? Could you
Did
hear
it come across okay? Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah, it came across okay. Yeah,
I think it was. Yeah, it was a quite nice little interlude.
Yeah,
but obviously it might not be appropriate for the next talk.
It might not be, but it's also it may have come across okay, but we were trying to make it come across brilliantly. And the recording equipment and the internal mics on the laptop, they were limiting us slightly. And my concern was, because William was playing louder, you could hear his bum notes clearer. So
I'm sure there's a compliment there somewhere.
Okay, so we will leave you there, and we look forward to seeing you on February the 18th, which is a Thursday, and Nature Gave Us a Future.
Brilliant.
Best wishes to all.
Have a good Christmas.